friends. It's Friday and it's been snowing here in Sequim. So I did a little bit of a 10-minute warm-up on the treadmill this morning. And I do this actually almost before every yoga class just to move the body and get the heat rising. If you have Raynaud's disease, you probably know that you're always cold, and so it's nice. I don't run or get intense on it, but I do, walk pretty. I walk just at a normal pace. So I will encourage people to do that from time to time. So before you show up to the mat, if you want to go out there and warm up, then I encourage you to do so. Today you'll need a block, and then you'll need your mat, and then that's all. So today this class is all about fluidity and grace. We're going to start out really easy with some child pose, and then we're going to go into some movement and then cool down and do some nice work at the end, and then of course a lovely shavasana. So yeah, let's get started. So as we think about where we're going today, first we're going to start out in child's pose. So really walk the knees wide so your belly has lots of room. Set the tailbone back onto the heels and allow the chest and forehead to come down as you walk the fingers and up towards the top of the mat. So the hands are going to be placed on the mat, palms out wide, fingers spread wide, and reach towards the top of the mat. So in class today, as we start our breath and our ujjayi work and taking our nice deep breaths, we're going to think about the fluidity, the grace of our horses when they're just moving, and it just like melts our heart because they're just so beautiful. We can also think about, dancers and the way that they move, and it's just awestruck and how somebody could just be so graceful. And the truth is we all have that ability to have grace and fluidity in our bodies. And so I encourage you to think about that as we move through the class today. Your body has grace and your body is fluid, and that you have this beautiful breath to help guide you. So taking a nice deep breath in, maybe expanding the arms just a little bit out, reaching towards the top of the mat, and then exhaling, allowing the tailbone to come closer to the heels. And making sure you're connected with your ujjayi breath. The lips are sealed. It's the nostril breathing. Allowing that breath to relax the body even more. And maybe pick up the forehead just a little bit and walk the spine a little further out so that you're really lengthening the spine. Walk the fingers just a little bit towards the top of the mat. And on the next breath in, fill up so much that you can just really extend the side body. Just feel the side body just filling up with air. Fill up that belly. And then exhale. Allowing that sweet breath to flow out gracefully and gently, kindly. Take another nice deep breath in, filling up that side body, filling up belly, the lungs. And then exhaling all the way down to the bottom of the breath. And on the next inhale, we're going to bring our forehead up and walk the hands back towards our knees. And then close the knees up, zip them up. And then we're coming to tabletop. So let's plant the hands and wrists under the shoulders. Spread those palms wide. And then walk the knee out just a little bit so they're right under the hips. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows. So cat-cow. And here, it's not about whether you're breathing in on the cat or the cow. or breathing out on the cat or the cow. So just however your breath ends up moving in this pose today is fine. But can you bring a certain amount of grace and a certain amount of fluidity to this? Can you maybe stretch a little bit longer? So lengthen out the shoulders, lengthen out the top of the head. Can you fold just a little bit more when you go into the cat and suck that belly up to the spine? And just feeling into the graceful movement of the cat-cow. This is such a great place to tune into where you might be stiff, where there might be some crunchiness, but you also might feel like, wow, I feel amazing and my back feels very fluid today. So whatever you're going through, you're doing great. And then on our next series, whenever you get to the end of your cat-cow series, we're just going to pause and tabletop. And just imagine that your head is really lengthening and that the shoulders are being brought down instead by your ears, that they're being brought back. And then just tuck the belly in just for a little bit. We're going to lengthen the right leg back, and the left arm is going to come towards the front of the mat, stretching out long. So bird dog pose. Just take a nice breath in here. Exhale. Another nice deep breath in. Maybe pull a little bit, trying to reach as far as you can with the front fingers, and then trying to reach back as far as you can with those back toes, just lengthening the body. And then exhale, the palm comes down, the back leg comes down. We're going to inhale the left leg back, pointing those toes, and then inhale. The right arm is going to come up, reaching those fingertips towards the top of the mat, that wall in front of us, and see if you can lengthen even more on the next couple of breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. Then bring that palm down, knee comes down. We're going to bring the left foot, we're going to rise up with that knee so weight goes onto the right leg, and just bring that left foot in between the palms. We're going to walk the right knee back some. And just here, just get situated before we come all the way up to Anjaneyasana. And scissor the thighs in, so the inner thighs are going to be like little scissors. So pull those in tight, and then inhale, rise up, exhale, and sink into this. And you don't have to sink far, just go to wherever your body feels good. Think about a nice rope coming up your spine at the top of your head, pulling you up. And then inhale, the arms are going to come up and over the head. You want to add some balance? Oh no, having some microphone difficulties today. Let me fix this before we keep going. Okay, inhale, the arms are going to come up overhead. Maybe you want to look up towards your thumbs to do some balancing, and sink a little deeper into that. Nice lunge. Exhale, let it all come out. We're going to walk that left foot back and bring the right foot in between the hands. So if you want to walk those toes up, or you want to walk the knee back, however you want to do it this time. And just pause here, scissor the thighs together, and walk the palms up towards the top of the knee. Let's get situated here. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the body. Really pull up from your center of gravity, from that hip space up towards the top of the head. And then breathing in, bring those arms up and over. And here you can challenge yourself by looking up towards your thumbs as the palms are pressed together. And sink in a little deeper if you'd like to into your lunge. And exhale. And bring that foot back into tabletop. So we're here in tabletop. Widen the knees, sink back, child's pose. Forehead to mat. Take a nice inhale here. Ujjayi breath and exhale. As we exhale, we're going to come up out of child pose. Walk the knees under. Inhale, right leg comes back, left arm comes forward. Really feeling that bird dog. And take a nice inhale. One breath here. Exhale. It all comes down. Palm down, knee down. Inhale, the left leg comes up. And the right palm comes up towards the top of the mat. Really lengthen and stretch this nice deep breath in. And exhale. Now we're going to bring the left foot up between the hands. You can walk the toes forward this time or put the knee back. I'm going to inhale, scissoring the thighs first. Inhale up and overhead, challenging ourselves, looking up. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. Left foot comes back. We're in that nice tabletop. We're going to walk the right foot up. Maybe walk the toes or set the knee back, whatever feels good. Scissor the thighs, walk the hands up. Get situated here and then rise all the way up. A big, big, big inhale. Palms come together. And exhale, fall forward. Letting that right foot come back to meet the left foot. Widening the knees. Coming back to child's pose. Take one nice deep breath here. And exhale. One more breath in. And on your exhale, come back up to tabletop. Right leg extends. Left arm extends. Reaching and pulling, lengthening the body. Then the exhale, the palm comes down, the knee comes down. Right away on the inhale, lift up with the left leg. Extend with the right arm. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, it comes down. And then inhale, your tabletop, exhale, left foot comes up, walk the toes, and then walk the hands up to the knees. Really get yourself balanced, inhaling, the arms come up and over. Nice deepest breath that you can take, and exhale, fall forward. Allow the left foot to meet back with the right foot, and then the right foot is going to come up to the front of the mat. Walk the toes, and then bring yourself up, palms on the knees. Good stretch, and then rise up on an inhale, all the way up, looking towards your thumbs, challenging yourself in balance. Exhale, let it all fall down. Right foot meets left foot. You're doing great. We're going to walk the palms just a little bit further out from our shoulders. Tuck the back toes and rise up to down dog. Taking this nice deep breath here. It's our first down dog of the day, so if you want to walk your dog a little bit, go for that. So bending each knee. And then here, we might walk the palms a little bit closer to our feet. And we're going to reach under. So we're going to bring our weight onto our left palm. We're going to reach under and grab the left calf. And we're going to twist open. So a little bit of a twist. Looking up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. One more breath in. And exhale. And then allow the right hand to come back and plant. Let's take a nice deep breath. Exhale and place the weight into your right palm and walk that left hand back to the right calf. If you need to bend your knee to grab your calf, that's fine. And if you need to keep the knee bent in order to keep your hand on the calf, that's okay too. So inhale, look up towards the ceiling, so under your armpit, and exhale. And inhale, and exhale, let that go. So staying in down dog, we'll take one more breath here. And exhale, we're gonna walk up towards the top of the mat. You're doing really good. So here we're gonna inhale, halfway lift. So lengthen that spine. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, we're gonna rise up one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up, letting those arms fly all the way in this fluid, graceful way up above our heads. Our gaze is gonna go up towards those thumbs. And then on an exhale, we're just gonna fall away, letting all the stress and the energy and all that work we just did just kind of falls out the fingertips. And you can even shake the bottom of the hands if you feel any of the energy from that you need to get rid of. Inhale, the arms are gonna come up and over. Palms are gonna touch, thumbs come together. Exhale, palm in front of the chest and just follow that all the way down. So gazing at your prayer hands as they come towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back with your feet. Plank position. You can bring the knees down. Exhaling onto the belly. Inhale, rising up, cobra. So nice back bend, keeping those toes planted to the mat. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Take another nice deep breath here. Walk the hands a little closer. So we're going to try this again. So bringing weight to the left hand, walking that right hand back towards the calf. If you need to bend that left knee in order to grab the calf, go for it. Looking up towards the ceiling, a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Another nice deep breath in. And exhale. And then plant the right palm. Take a nice deep breath in. Down dog. Exhale. And then we're going to go towards the right. So left arm, left hand going for right calf. Twisting open to the right, looking up towards the ceiling under our armpits. Inhale in, exhale, inhale in, and exhale. Planting that left palm on that exhale. Take a nice deep breath in and down dog. And then exhale, walk the hands forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Bringing that energy, allowing the palms to touch overhead, looking up towards the thumbs. And then maybe leaving your hands in prayer as you follow down to your heart space. And if you want to leave your energy, that is heat that you're building right here, just take a nice pause. If you need to get rid of the energy, you're welcome to bring your hands to the sides and wiggle them out a little bit. All right, inhale, up and over. Finding the palms towards the ceilings, maybe wiggling up. Exhale, palms come down in prayer, following that movement in a graceful, fluid way, all the way to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back. And then knees are going to come to the mat. And then follow through all the way with the belly. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra, whichever feels good for your body today. Exhale, come down. Inhale, plank. Stay here for a minute. Exhale, down dog. You're doing great. All right, we're going to inhale, walk the
hands just back. We're going to do one more set of these. All right, we're going to bend the left knee if you need to, but we're going to bring the weight to the left hand, walk the right hand back, grab that left calf, twist open. This one should feel easier than the two before. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good job. Then we'll bring the right hand back. Take a nice deep breath in. Reset, exhale, and the right hand's going to come over, or the left hand's going to come to the right calf. Twisting open to the right, looking up towards the ceiling. Inhale in, and exhale. Nice breath in, and a fluid, graceful breath out as we move our hand back into down dog. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale and walk the feet towards the top of the mat. And inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bringing the palms to touch. And then exhale, allowing the palms to come down, prayer in front of the heart. Just resetting here, taking a pause. All right, so now you can stay where you're standing. I'm gonna face this way. We're gonna do tree pose. So we're gonna bring the weight onto our left foot. We're gonna walk that right foot up and into the inner thigh. We're going to rise up with our arms when we're ready. And just feel into each part of this. So also, if you can't bring your leg all the way up here, make sure that it's above the knee, your foot is above the knee or below the knee, or even kickstand down here on the ground. So all of this is tree pose. But just don't put your foot on your knee. So wherever you place your foot, do not put the pressure directly on the knee joint. All right, so let's go back into our fluidity of Ujjayi breath and just movement. Pick a place in front of you that is stable. And something nice to look at, maybe. Something that's not moving. And you can cactus your arms here, and then rise up with the branches, and then cactus the arms, and rise up with the branches, and cactus the arms, rise up with the branches, coming together maybe in prayer above your head, and maybe you want to try to look up at the ceiling. Can you look up? Maybe can you even look up to see your thumbs? And exhale. And it is okay if you fall out at any point in time, because that means that you're just trying something new, and it's okay. It's okay to fall out of a pose. All right, now let's move the weight over to the other side, to the right leg. And again, bring your foot where you feel most comfortable and where your body is at. So if your foot is still kickstand on the ground, you're doing tree and you're doing amazing. This is how we build strength and flexibility and grace in our bodies. So pick that amazing point in front of you, that stable area, and connect with your Ujjayi breath. And then when you get ready, you can start to grow your branches. And maybe this time you want to spread your palms really wide and rotate all your wrists, your fingers and elbows. Maybe jiggle your branches some. And you can cactus again and grow. Just make sure you stay with your breath. If you fall out, it's okay. You can get back in. So breathing and
cactusing your arms and just playing around with this fluidity. Like, how fluid can you be? And then maybe bringing those palms together, looking up towards the ceiling, finding that grace. And then if you want to, look up towards your thumbs and bring it back down.
So one thing about yoga is if you ever find yourself straining, ease out of it a little bit. If you can't smile and find some grace in the moment of what you're doing in the asana, then ease out of it. Take a moment, take a break, and it's okay. So one thing about yoga always should be graceful. So let's go ahead and open the feet wide. So as wide as you can, feels comfortable. And we're gonna point the toes, big toes, so they're kind of pointed in towards each other. And we're just gonna allow our body to forward fold over this. And just wherever you are today is fine. If you wanna walk your hands to the outside of your feet, you can do so. If you want to grab your big toes, you can grab your big toes with your peace fingers and wrap them around. If you just want to have your hands planted on the mat, that's okay. And again, if you want to bring your block in front of you, you can do that and just let your forehead just relax on that block. So any way you're doing this, one thing that I will ask and encourage as we do this, even if you have your forehead on the block, everybody, even if you do or don't, it doesn't matter, but see if you can bring the weight of your hips towards your toes. So now that we're down here, in whatever hold that you prefer, you can even bring your block a little further down to a different setting. Yes, there's lots of things that we can do in this pose, but the one thing is, while you're here, challenge yourself and bring all your weight to your toes, to the ball of your foot and your toes. So taking the weight off the hill, and as you do that, maybe you start to feel your tailbone go up towards the ceiling. So just take a nice pause here, some breaths. We don't often get an opportunity to be inverted, so having an inversion in our life is good. Our heart is always beating while we're standing up in an upward position, so to get down with our head below our heart is actually quite good for our heart. It gives it that break, always being in one way. So make sure you haven't lost the connection with Ujjayi breath, and that you're able to feel the fluidity and grace. And then whatever hold you have, whatever you're doing with your hands, just bring them to the middle of the mat, and then we're going to walk our hands over towards the front of the mat, and we're just going to lengthen that left leg and bring the toes up towards the top. We're going to point our toes up, so just this nice lengthen here, and then we're just going to walk back and lengthen the right leg. So it's just like half splits, almost. Just a little bit of half splits. This is really good for our hips and opening them. And then can you move into this with some sort of fluidity and some sort of grace? So using the breath to maybe inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, coming down. And then if you want to pause for a second, you can pause for a second and maybe try to walk up. And you can also bring your block here and hold on to it as you come up. And then maybe with your block, you can walk it back this way. Again, try to rise up.
And you start to feel the differences in what's happening in your body on each side. And if you can get your foot down, or like for me, I'm not able to put my foot down yet. That's okay. That's just where you are, and that's fine. All right, so now walk back towards the middle, allow your block to go away, and then point your toes out. So instead of pointing them in towards each other, now they're gonna go out. And we're just gonna sit down. We're gonna bring the tailbone in, tucking it in, and then we're gonna come up into big goddess pose. So just like tree, how we have our arms spread out and wide, here we're gonna come out and wide and just allow ourselves to sink down into this pose. So goddess pose. You can go back and forth a little bit, sinking in, finding that spot. Feeling the pressure, really driving the feet down into the ground. And can you tuck your tailbone a little more? Can you lengthen the spine? Can you stretch a little bit more with your hands? And then rise up with the arms, rise up with the legs, bringing the hands together all the way into prayer, and then walking the feet together back into Tadasana. All right, take a moment here, close the eyes down. You did amazing. And then now we're just gonna step towards the top of the mat and bring our feet as wide as the mat and just come down, squatting down. If you need your block to sit on here, you can do that. If you can do Malasana without the block, go for it. Bring the palms together, allow the elbows to really push against the inner thighs, widening the hips. Breathing in. Think about lengthening the back side of the body, and then exhaling, come all the way down onto the bum. However, if it's graceful or not, it's okay. And then with some grace, we're gonna set up for a nice seated forward fold. So bringing the arms up and over, exhaling, coming all the way wherever you are. It's okay if you are just here in forward fold or at your shins. But the main goal here is to bring your heart and your gaze to that big toe. So if you are somebody that's so flexible and you can go all the way down and you want to do that, that's okay. But if you want to just practice getting into this pose and really just lengthening the back side of the body, keep your head up, gaze at the big toe, and bring your heart to that area. So your heart and your gaze are going straight at your big toe. If you need to bend your knees here to take some pressure off the hamstrings, if they're just too tight, then bend the knees. It's okay. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Another nice deep breath in and exhale. And then walk your hands back. And we're just gonna bend our knees, and we're gonna kind of rock back onto the tailbone. And as we rock back, we're also gonna bring the heels up, okay? So we're just gonna practice that for a minute. Rocking back, bringing the heels up. Rocking back, bringing the heels up. Rocking back, bringing the heels up, and pause. So you can have your hands behind your thighs here. You can also have your hands out in front of you. The one thing that you don't want to do is cave in like this. You want to open up, maybe even practice putting the shoulders back, and then push the heart space up towards the ceiling. So if you think about where the ceiling and the wall meet, that's where your gaze, your drishti, and your heart space should be headed. So don't cave in the lower back, and just pause here. And if you want to, you can start to lengthen your legs. So full boat Navasana,
And bring your arms out. And then we're gonna go down slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Good job. All right. We're getting to our back. Nice cool down. From here, just open up the arms to a T. Walk the legs in. We're just gonna let the knees fall over to the left. And then you can look off or fall over to the right or left, it doesn't matter. But then allow your gaze to go the opposite direction. So if your knees went to the right, then gaze off to the left. And just allow the body to release. Allow the body to start to cool down. Find that nice space. And the breath here is your choice, how you want to connect. Just knowing that we're cooling down and that we are looking for opportunities to support ourselves. And then bringing the head back to the center, the knees back to the center, and letting the knees fall over to the right. And the gaze falling off, or the knees off to the left and the gaze off to the right, opposite of whatever you were doing before. It's a nice opportunity to feel gratitude towards yourself for showing up and to have some kindness towards your body that's able to do what it was able to do today. Every day is a little different. And knowing that we can feed our body food, but we can also feed it with movement, and we feed it with thoughts. And so the more nutrients, more good stuff that we feed it, the better it feels, the more grace it can have. The more we practice with ourselves doing this, the more we can do it with other people, because it's really easy to get annoyed by other people. They don't see the way we're seeing things, so checking back in, making sure that we're feeding ourselves good things first. And a good, nice twist like this is always a good place to help clean out anything that's not serving the body. So inhaling, the knees can come up, untwisting, allowing the head to come up. And we're just going to bring the knees in, wrap our arms around our shins, and any way that feels like a good supportive hug. And just think about all the parts of the back just aligning, becoming flat on the mat. And then just squeeze your thighs, squeeze your shins. Allow your arms to do the work here. But as you do this, like don't bring too much stress into your shoulders. Just go to wherever feels comfortable. And then if you want to roll back and forth a little bit, just ironing out the back some, you can do that. Sometimes that feels good. Sometimes you can feel your body actually lengthening when you do that. It feels really nice.
All right, allow your legs to fall open and wide towards the end of your mat. So take up space, and then the arms are going to come out back towards, like, maybe not all the way of a T, but just maybe off the mat a little bit. Palms are going to come up towards the sky. So your arms are long, hands are resting on the ground, palms are up. And the feet are just kind of flopped over to the side. We have opportunity to maybe close our eyes down. And as we close our eyes down, maybe you can envision your favorite color, whatever your favorite color might be. And just envision that color as a spinning wheel in your third eye. So it could be like a little swirl, or a little spiral, or a ball, or a wheel. We're just spinning. And just take notice, like, is it spinning to the left? Is it spinning to the right? Is it spinning fluidly? And is a spiral, is it round or oval? It's just taking notice of what's happening in your spiral. There's no need to change it. There's no right or wrong. It's just your favorite color in motion. And maybe allow that spiral to grow. So it starts to grow beyond your third eye. And maybe you can feel it growing inside of your body, through your different organs and muscle tissue. And maybe it's something you envision outside of your body. As it grows, it's blanketing you. Either way is perfect and right. And as the spiral grows to encompass your body, you can feel the warmth of your favorite color. You can feel the movement. You can feel your own sound, your own rhythm. Because however the spiral is moving is your movement, is your body's resonance. And it feels really good. And you just allow it to swirl and move down your body. And as it does, you just fall into this really wonderful space of relaxation and into a deep Shavasana. And I'll leave you here today in this space. And when you get ready to awake, just take your time before you start to move. And let this vibration settle in so you can take it out into the world. Connect with grace and fluidity. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.